The ongoing conflict involving United States and Israel against Iran is no longer affecting only the battlefield. Its impact is now spreading across the global economy, creating serious concerns for countries that depend heavily on Middle Eastern energy and trade. One of the countries facing major risks is India, the world's fourth-largest economy. At the center of the crisis is the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil transit routes in the world. Experts estimate that between 20 and 30% of the world's crude oil and liquefied natural gas shipments pass through this narrow waterway every day. However, since the war began, Iran has threatened to disrupt or block shipping in the strait as part of its retaliation strategy against the United States and Israel. Because of the growing military tensions in the region, many shipping insurers have canceled war risk coverage for oil tankers passing through the strait. There have also been reports of attacks on commercial vessels moving through the area. As a result, global energy markets have been shaken. Oil prices surged dramatically, briefly reaching around $120 per barrel, triggering fears of a wider global energy crisis. For India, the situation is particularly worrying. The country relies heavily on the Middle East for its energy needs. Analysts say more than 60% of India's oil imports and over 80% of its natural gas supplies pass through the Strait of Hormuz. If the conflict continues or escalates further, India could face serious fuel shortages and rising energy costs. Signs of public concern are already visible inside India. In several cities, people have been seen lining up to purchase and store LPG cooking gas cylinders, fearing future shortages. The government has even invoked emergency powers to prevent hoarding and reassure citizens that supplies remain available for now. But energy security is only one part of the problem. Another major concern is the fate of millions of Indian workers living in Gulf countries. Across the Gulf region, including the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, and Bahrain, approximately 9.1 million Indian citizens are currently employed. These workers send home nearly $50 billion in remittances every year, supporting millions of families across India and playing a crucial role in the country's economic stability. If the war expands across the Middle East, many of these workers could lose their jobs as companies shut down operations or scale back due to the conflict. Experts warn that a sudden drop in remittances could place serious pressure on India's economy and slow its growth. Another potential challenge would be evacuation. If the security situation deteriorates significantly, India may face the enormous task of evacuating millions of its citizens from the Gulf region. Analysts say such an operation would be extremely difficult, as no country could realistically evacuate 9 million people during an active regional conflict. In response to the crisis, India's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has established special control rooms and emergency helplines to assist Indian nationals living in the region. Meanwhile, governments and financial markets around the world are closely monitoring the situation. Experts warn that if the conflict spreads further across the Middle East, the consequences could go far beyond the region, affecting global energy prices, trade routes, and economic stability worldwide. The war between major regional powers is now evolving into a crisis that could reshape the global economic landscape. This is World Insight News, bringing you the latest updates on the stories shaping our world.